it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be doing a video on a natal chart, and today I'll be speaking on Marilyn Monroe. I will be explaining all of her placements and what led to her success and how each placement describes her personality and the way that she acts, and a lot of the things she went through in life. So with that in mind, please stay tuned for the rest of my videos, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so now. Please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Also hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. Please share this video with anyone you know, your friends, your family members, your enemies, and just share it with someone who's really interested in Marilyn Monroe and getting to know her more. Let's get right into the video. Marilyn Monroe was born on June 1st, 1926, and this qualifies her to be a Gemini. When someone has this placement in the Sun section, they are very bright people, very energetic, and they have a lot of sense of humor. They're very smart people. If you've learned about Marilyn Monroe, you do know that she had a huge library of books and she would read a lot, she would write a lot, and other than the stereotype she played on the movie screen, she was very smart and very intelligent. She was very bright. She was a very energetic person, and she loved to do things that were very fun, and that she loved to exercise all the time. And she always was a funny person. She always made people laugh. She always made people feel comfortable around her, and she just had a great sense of humor. So she really is a great example of a Gemini. Next up is her moon in Aquarius, and when someone has this placement, they are very unique, they're very entertaining, they're very independent, and they love to have their own path in life. So she was a very unique person. She had a unique sense of style and a unique voice, and she was a unique person all the way around. She was someone new on the movie screen, and that's why she garnered so much success. She was very entertaining, like her Gemini. She's just so funny, and she just loves to entertain people, and that's why people love to watch her. She's a very independent person. She made sure that everything moved on her terms, and she even left a marriage so she can live out her dreams. So her being independent is something that is very great and really does respond with her moon in Aquarius. Also, not having the best relationship with her mother is also something that really goes with a moon in Aquarius, and one day I'm going to make a video on that. So she really lives up to her placement in the moon section of Aquarius. Next up is her Mercury in Gemini, and Mercury is very comfortable in the placement of Gemini. And also, she has the Sun in Gemini and her Mercury is in Gemini. So it's a lot smoother when someone has their Sun and Mercury in the same sign. So they're able to connect with themselves. So the fact that she has a Mercury in Gemini, she loves to discuss ideas and philosophies with others, and their mind is always racing with different thoughts. So she loved to discuss things and new philosophies that other people may have not have known. That's why she read a lot, and she was very intelligent in everything that she did. Her mind did race a lot with different thoughts. However, they were thoughts that were intelligent, and those thoughts she was able to connect with other people on and get to expand on her knowledge with. And this is to her benefit because Mercury is comfortable in Gemini. It's Gemini's ruling planet, so it's very great for her to have this placement. Next up is her Venus in Aries, and Venus in Aries is a fiery match for anyone who can handle their heat, and they are people who are very passionate about their partners, and they're passionate about themselves. They really love their significant others. They will try their best to make them happy in any way possible, and at times they can be misunderstood. However, when someone has this placement in Venus, just know that they really do love you and that they do respect you. And this is shown in all of the relationships that Marilyn Monroe had. Not one person who she married said anything negative about her. It was only positive things said about her. So that's her living up to her Venus and Aries, because they are the great lovers. They do love their partners, and they always encourage them to do their best, and they will do anything for their partners for them to be happy. Next up would be her Mars in Pisces. So this placement is all about expressing themselves and going after things with love and compassion. This means that they have their greatest strength and power when they connect with others, whether it's with their family members, with their friends, or someone who they may not know that well. However, that's when they have their strength and powers, connecting with other people. They love to get to know other people. And this isn't hard to do because they're very charming and they have a very strong imagination, and people just love to be around them. And this is something that Marilyn Monroe would do a lot. She did try her best to connect with other people, whether they were the same people as her, same family members as her, or different family members, different ethnicities, or people who aren't like her. So this is something that she did on a daily basis and often. Next up is her Jupiter in Aquarius. And with this placement, people usually bring good fortune through their inventive thought process. So when Marilyn Monroe was married, she would work the first time. She was married the first time she would work, and her husband was in the military, and she was able to garner a lot of fame through someone taking photos of her. That was very inventive, especially for that time, because at that time you usually needed family members, even till this day, to get into the industry. However, she was at the right place at the right time, and they took a photo of her, and it went around the whole world. And that is exactly how she became famous, and she would later on star in a lot of movies. She started as a model, but she went on to be an actress. So Marilyn was able to fulfill this placement. Next up is her Saturn in Scorpio. This is actually one of the most powerful placements of the zodiac signs. However, they can be very secretive, and this is something that goes along with the zodiac sign Scorpio. And this is due to them not wanting to release their emotional energies. They're reluctant about it because they don't want anything bad to happen, or if they do release the energies, bad energy will come back to them. However, they should not try to repress their energy because it's very important, and that's something that Marilyn Monroe did not do. She showed her energy, she showed how she felt, and she told how she felt, regardless of what other people may say about her or do to her. So I would say that she would be evolved in the Saturn and Scorpio placement, and anyone who has this placement, just know that you can release that energy. Next up is her Uranus and Pisces. They tend to have a boundless imagination that allows them to see things in a different light and find very unique solutions. So with her Gemini and Mercury and her Uranus and Pisces, she's able to use imagination a lot. And if you read a lot of her biography, she would talk about how she would imagine things in her life that she didn't have. For example, not having a good relationship with her mother, she would imagine a parent who would take care of her and who was nice to her. So she used imagination a lot as a coping mechanism. And it's not shocking because a lot of her placements do deal with imagination. And because of this, she is able to make different solutions in a unique way that other people with different placements would not do. So that's very unique. Next up is her Neptune and Leo. They tend to inspire others with their charisma and infectious zest for life. They're charismatic and they love to inspire people. Marilyn Monroe is so charismatic, and a lot of people love to be like her, even till this day. After all the years she's passed away, people love to copy her, and she inspires so many people that a lot of people till this day make new videos of her remaking her Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friends video. And she just has a zest for life that you only live once, and she tried her best to live her life to the fullest, or to the way that she knew she should live her life to. And because of this, a lot of people look up to her and are inspired by her. They do look at her style and at her fashion and at her makeup and just want to be like her. Next up is her Pluto in Cancer. People with this placement are very intuitive and can read any situation, but they are very cautious. And a Pluto in Cancer is the silent generation, and they're very intuitive. They love to read a situation through their intuition, and they love to be able to look at the situation. However, they are very cautious. They're the type of people that will understand a situation. However, they'll try their best not to get involved. Or if they do get involved, it's in a way that's safe to them and it's very cautious towards them. She may be the type of person to try her best to help people intuitively, and she has done that a lot. If you looked at her history, she's helped a lot of people with a lot of things. However, she was also cautious with helping people because sometimes people would take advantage of her. Next up is her North Node in Cancer. So in order for her to live her life's purpose, she would need to work on these areas to uncover her hidden gifts and talents. So one would be noticing and validating feelings, empathy, nurturing and supporting others, building one's own foundation and security, humility, honest disclosure of feelings and insecurities, accepting people's mood changes and who they are with no judgment, and staying centered in one's own feelings. So these are the things that Marilyn Monroe would have needed to develop in order for her to get her hidden gifts and talents, and she was able to do that. She always had empathy for others. She was nurturing of other people and supporting, and she was always validating other people's feelings and helping others. So she really did live up to this. Next up is her Kiran and Taurus. When someone has this placement, their wound is sense of self-worth and body, and the ways that this can be shown is deep insecurity rooted in the body, fear of loss of safety and security. You find it hard to trust in the abundance of life, holding on and clinging to possessions or people, tendency to devalue yourself and life in general, avoidance of risk, and cautious with money and materials. So this is something that Marilyn did have, especially when it came to her body. She wanted to be known more for the things that she knew and for her knowledge than for her body, and a lot of people would just notice her for her body and also for the stereotype of her being a blonde, sadly. So this is something that she really did have, and it really affected her. Next up would be her rising in Leo or ascendant in Leo. She was a very magnetic and attracts attention all the time. She was self-aware of what affects others and what affects herself. She would at times did have a little temper tantrum or jumping to conclusion. She can appear bossy or dramatic and tend to over-exaggerate situations. She would speak her mind, sometimes stubborn, may find it difficult to take advice, and she's very confident. This is something that Marilyn Monroe did display, especially towards the end of her life. She was bossy and she could be dramatic. However, this was something in regards to the life she was living at the time. She was going through so much, so towards the end of her life she really showed these traits. Lastly would be her Taurus Mid Heaven. People with this placement are very persistent and they know how to tough things out. So regardless of the situation they're in, they're going to make sure that they succeed and that they make it. If they know that they're going to make it and they know that it's possible, they're going to go 1,000% into it. They're the type of people that would stay in an occupation regardless of whether if the occupation isn't doing too well, they're the type of people that will stick with one occupation at the time. They're not the type of people that will go into one business venture and another one. They'll stay on one thing. They love careers that give them a hands-on approach, and this is why Marilyn Monroe loved to act, because she was able to use herself and use everything that she knew about acting to accomplish something that she really loved to do. And she believes knowledge is her security. That's why she would read a lot and get to know more about different things. That's all I have for you guys today in regards to Marilyn Monroe's natal chart. I hope that you got to learn something new about Miss Marilyn Monroe and got to get to understand her a lot more. Please hit that subscribe button, that notification bell so you know when I upload. Please hit that like button and share this video with everyone you know. Please comment down below what you got from it. Did you learn anything new? How you felt about the video and everything else. If you have not yet followed me on all of my social media accounts, then this is the time to do so. Everything will be linked down below, and you can go to my link tree. I also now have a Patreon where I upload videos that are like mini documentaries that are very cool and interesting. So you guys should check that out. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy. You guys have a beautiful holiday season, and thank you so much for your love and support. And I love you all. Okay, bye.